Britney is actually petitioning to make changes to her conservatorship. I mean, I feel like we've been talking about this conservatorship since it happened in 2007. And now, in court documents obtained by Britney's attorney stated that the singer no longer wants her dad to be her conservator. The docs state that Britney now wants Jody Montgomery, Britney's longtime caregiver, to take over the role for her father, who, by the way, he stepped away from this conservatorship in September 2019 due to health reasons. In the court docs filed Tuesday, Britney states, or it states, quote, Britney is strongly opposed to having Jamie, her dad, return as conservator of her person. Did this surprise you at all, Lauren?
I don't think it surprised me because we had seen some headlines, as you said, like he'd had health issues. And by the way, his family did rally around him when he was said to be having those health issues. I know that we also heard from Britney's mom, Lynn, that she had filed documents asking to be more involved in the conservatorship. So I think we're seeing, as is always the case with Britney in this conservatorship, there's so much we don't know. Even though these court documents get made public, we don't know the inner workings of this family. We don't know the inner working specifics of where Britney's health is at. What we do know is that it's one of the most unusual cases we've ever seen for a celebrity and the way the court plays into their life. Like Britney has been under this conservatorship, which again is usually something that's reserved for people who are elderly, suffering from dementia, that kind of thing. Britney at a young age has been under this for years and years now. And during that time, we've seen her still perform a residency in Vegas, do stuff like that. Yet at the end of the day, she isn't legally allowed to pay her grocery bills, So it's such a big question mark for fans. And we've certainly seen the Free Britney movement gain so much momentum lately, right?
Exactly. And I feel like that's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And certainly not as these changes are expected to happen with the conservatorship. At least they're going to try to make them happen. In fact, a hearing regarding Britney's request to drop her dad from the conservatorship is set for today, as well as a Free Britney protest. That is scheduled and expected to happen in LA as well today, too. The fans, of course, I feel like they've kind of run with this a little bit, if I may say, with this idea that Britney is being held against her will, because it's not like she's trying to end the conservatorship altogether. She's in fact just trying to make some changes, and through her attorney trying to remove her dad as her sole conservator, and it's something that Britney's brother Brian also recently addressed. He could have said more in my opinion, but this was on the As Not Seen on TV podcast, and all he said about this whole Free Britney movement was that he was aware that fans feel like maybe she's been confined or held against her will in some capacity, but that he can't really speak for them. All I'm saying is I don't know how this will play out, but I hope that Britney's mom, as she has requested about a month ago, does have more of a say in Britney's finances and some of the details of the conservatorship, or at least getting, some information regarding that conservatorship.
I mean, I will say this, just in my opinion, I don't think it rarely hurts more than helps to have more than one set of eyes looking over something like this. You know what I mean? There's so much money at stake here. Unfortunately, things can get messy when there's this much money involved. And when, in all honesty, there's a lot of people depending on that money. You look at even how much is spent on legal fees. You do want as much oversight as you can get when money is at stake, when people's jobs are at stake, when there are private health issues at stake. So I have no problem with more oversight and more people getting involved in making sure that Britney is living a happy and healthy life. What's going to be interesting to see is if anything ever comes from the Free Britney movement, because we've had this summer of, it's just such a hot button time in our country right now. We're in an election year. We've had a summer of protests for all sorts of different reasons. So will change come from the Free Britney protest? I don't know. I don't know. At least the fans love her. We throw it up to the fans loving her.
We do support the support. I mean, they go so hard for her. I'm not sure that the Free Britney protest will have as much of an impact as, say, the Black Lives Matter protest.
Well, but you know what I'm saying. It's like it's people have been protesting wearing masks, not wearing masks, all kinds of things. I'm like, do we think we're gonna get? Yeah. What are we trying to get? Will we evoke real change? I don't know. And how many people are at this protest? I need to see the footage.
And at least we have Britney so active on social media. I think Lance Bass said it this week on his podcast that like if she wasn't as active on social media or if she disappeared, then I would be worried. I think fans watch every move. They think it's Taylor Swift dropping Easter eggs or hints, and like they're like watching for Britney to give them a hint that she needs help. I don't think that's the case here, though.
I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I will tell you, part of me is like, this could be a thing where years from now we find out all this stuff we didn't know. I need the memoir. I need the expose. I want Britney to do an interview I have for years, but I don't know if we're ever going to get that.
Like the sit down, like Oprah's next chapter, Britney Spears.
Yes,
Yeah,
I need to hear from Britney.
I agree. All right, well, we are going to take a quick break, guys, but coming up, the new details about this upcoming season of Dancing with the Stars, which, I mean, I think it's safe to say it's going to look a whole lot different. And Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt are reuniting, and we'll tell you why.